This is basically the foundation of accuracy in show jumping, and it's something a lot of people overlook. The bottom line is that it's very difficult to be consistently accurate or keep finding good takeoff spots if you cannot lengthen and shorten your horse's stride when you need to. This is an exercise I learned from watching the great Nelson Pessoa, and it works extremely well for improving canter adjustability. If you apply yourself to it, then in a relatively short amount of time, your horse will become much more adjustable, and that will make it more easier for you to ride accurately. The concept of the exercise is fairly simple. You lengthen your horse's canter stride down the long side of the arena and you shorten it down the short side. And then you just keep repeating that as you go around. It probably will not feel easy straight away, and the first few times you do it, it may feel a little awkward. That is absolutely normal, so do not let that put you off. The nice thing is that it usually improves quite quickly. At first, you only want a small amount of lengthening and a small amount of shortening. You don't need a massive difference in the stride, just enough that there's a clear change and the canter is not staying exactly the same all the way around. Then, as your horse gets more comfortable, you can ask for a bigger lengthening and a more definite shortening. The goal is for those changes to happen promptly though. You do not want to be waiting too long for the reaction, because in the show jumping ring, it all has to happen quickly. Your horse needs to move forward off your leg promptly, and it needs to shorten its stride promptly as well. How you shorten your horse's stride. In simple terms, you use the aids you would normally use to slow the horse down. Keep your shoulder back, use your hand to steady the horse. But you do not just want to slow it down and lose all the impulsion. You want to keep the canter active and energized. So as you ask the horse to shorten, you also use a good amount of leg. That way the horse shortens its stride but keeps the hind leg engaged and keeps the energy in the canter. What you want to feel is not just a slower canter, but a shorter, more active, more bouncy canter. In show jumping, the long stride from a lengthened canter is often quite a time-sensitive ride to take, so the horse has to be very responsive when you ask for it. In this exercise, the goal is not to gallop down the long side of the arena. The goal is to get 4 or 5 strides that lengthen clearly and noticeably, and to have that happen as soon as you put your leg on. As your horse gets better, the lengthening can become bigger, but the important thing is that it happens promptly. If your horse does not react straight away, then you need to back your aid up. Whether that is a firm kick with a heel or a tap with a stick, so that the horse becomes sharper to your leg. What you want is an immediate reaction. It's not a gallop. It's simply 4 or 5 longer strides that happen instantly when you ask.